Good morning, it's Marco again. Welcome. So, as part of the inspiration we're sharing, this morning I'd like to talk a little bit about life purpose. And the reason why is because I'm here in my workshop, I've been making lovely things, and it seems apt to talk about such a thing. So, I'd like to share a little bit about my past in a brief way, just so you can understand where I'm coming from as well. So I was brought up in a family where creativity was very much the orientation in my upbringing. And part of the reason for this was probably because the background of my parents was difficult, and they never had the education they may have liked. My father was brought up in Barnardo's children's home, and my mother had to leave school to support her family at the age of 14 as well. So, but nevertheless, they enjoyed creativity, and I was very much able to experience that in all ways. My mother doing all sorts of crafts, from cake making to dressmaking and knitting and all sorts of wonderful things. And my father, I always found him in the garage making something or other out of nothing. So there was always the inspiration and confidence there to be able to experience that and to work with that. At school, I found it very difficult to mix with kids, partly because I was one of the only foreign kids in school. Secondly, although my parents were very creative, they never had the emotional upbringing to be able to pass that on to me. So I found it very difficult sometimes to mix with kids, and also to read and write very clearly. In fact, probably by the age of 10 or 11 years old, I think I'd only read about 5 books. So going through my my time as a kid, especially from the age of 11 to about 16, 17, was very, very challenging for me, as it may be for most of you as well. And the one beautiful thing I found within my schooling time, which gave me a little bit of fulfillment, was being creative. And I was able to excel in various subjects where you was able to use your hands and create something beautiful. As a result of that, in my final exams, I was able to come out with the highest mark that year for design technology. And I think I did okay in art and other subjects of that orientation. Although that I had that sense of feeling good about that, I think when I got to 16, 17, part of my brain somehow thought, I think this is because in life you're taught, go out and get a job, get a career, and the like. And some part of me didn't feel that creativity was a career. Strange, I know. So I never really pursued that and went down that route. It's not to say that I wasn't encouraged by people. In many respects, I found creativity very easy. I found it too easy sometimes. So part of me thought, well, it's got to be harder than that to be a career. Wasn't until probably my mid-30s when I was working as a managing director for a tool distribution company, and in fact I could have carried on doing that for many years and doing quite well out of it. But I think part of me inside was dying. I felt a part of me, my light was dimming, and so I made a conscious decision to change my life. And I was very much inspired to work with creativity. As some of you may know, we create beautiful sculptures which we now sell all over the world. And I will tell you a little bit about that, how the inspiration come about at some other time. But so starting to be creative and to feel inspired I look back in my past, and I actually realised that the best parts of my life were being creative, and I had a lot of joy from this, and it felt comfortable and easy. So now we're able to create beautiful things we sell all over the world, and it's absolutely amazing. Both Catherine and myself creating in beautiful different ways, all sorts of unusual things, and where it's such a joy to be able to share them. So there's a simple clue here to life purpose, and it is this. It is some things that feel really comfortable and easy, and they flow with you, they feel right. And I think it's important to be able to allow yourself to acknowledge that and start to flow with that inner good feeling. It could be anything.